Fuck it, we're back. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well with having a wonderful day on this 20th of July 2005. As you can see, the sun is rising, the city is waking up. Look at this beautiful, beautiful nature corn. It's gorgeous. Quick video on the tower. Gotta say, us playing more, us working more. Tier 10, this is such a good thing. This is such a good plan because, again, we're filming a lot. I'm filming 4 or 5 hours per day, and I'm looking at this screen and at this screen and at this screen for 5 hours a day. So let's use those time. Let's use the time that we have just to beat some record on the tower. Everything helps. So yeah, let's fucking go. Motivated. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because doing well, because having a wonderful day. I have convinced myself, thanks to this beautiful nature corn, but other things, of course, to come in. I'm sorry about last video. We finished it on a bad note. I was like, oh fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go sleep. This is not the way you act. This is not proper etiquette. So we're gonna come in and we're gonna be switching things. We're gonna be changing things and doing things the proper way. So continuing with episode number 4 of Lost, Feet on the Ground. Now, technically speaking, we finished this 10 minutes ago, so I know exactly where I am. So at night we saw that there was some boar there, which also means that there's food. There's a lack of food. See, this is insane, but in a really good way. Are you already finished? Can't see shit. Okay, you're good. You're good. I can't see shit. We have to really pay attention. See, John, his character, again, this is episode about John. There's multiple ways that he feels like the island will provide. So now they're hungry. There's less food. So what they do? They send piglets in the camp. So John sees it as okay, well, this is a miracle. They're lacking water. They find a waterfall with water. So John sees this as a sign, right? So they're like, hey, we have to hunt, right? Now we have a beautiful scene with Kate and Saeed. Now Kate and Saeed working together, so cool because Saeed, once again, super important. He's repairing the transceiver to repair the same transceiver that we received the first day. A lot of people are saying like, hey, the message that we received isn't a good message, so you just leave it alone. Saeed and Kate are like that. Now, why I love this, why this is so important, why this is so meaningful. Holy shit, guys. I'm not even kidding. This is from a movie. This is from a freaking movie, guys. Wow. Wow. The nature corn. Wow. This is insanely gorgeous. Oh my god. So it's straight up from a it's important because everybody goes to Jack and say, hey, help me. The phone is too hot. Again. So everybody comes to Jake. So Vanna, Saeed and Kate are working independently for the betterment of the castaway, because it's castaway or lost. I think it's good. I think it's actually a super nice thing. And we like Saeed and Kate. So when they work together, it's actually quite cool. We got Michael and Walt. It's kind of nice, but not nice. It's kind of nice because Michael found the dog, so the relationship should be better, but it's still not perfect. So you're like, okay, well, baby step. Oh, the sun. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna be annoying with the weather this morning. It's beautiful. Look at this, the sun. It's like a moon, but it's literally a sun. Isn't that nice? Huge fan of nature. Huge fan of nature. Baby steps, right? With Walt and Michael, it's normal. Next thing that we have is Early and Sawyer fighting. Sawyer has been. See, this is complex. This is complex. Sawyer has been fighting with Early because he stacked some food. Now, here's the problem. We don't know what happened. So Sawyer having his own food reserve, it's bad because everything should be for everybody. However, if he doesn't ask food for anybody else, and he took some, but he doesn't ask for food, then he can take care of. Now later on, which is next episode, there's gonna be a lack of water, right? And then Jin and Sun are gonna have some water, and then they're gonna say, "Hey, we get the water." Say, "Oh, we traded it for Sawyer water, and because we traded for Sawyer, Sawyer got a fish out of it," which possibly could mean that Sawyer didn't have any more food. So did he steal a lot? I don't know. So we see Sawyer in Early fight. Now, why is this an important scene? It's an important scene for a couple of reasons. The first reason why it's important is because it shows that people are starting to be hungry. People are trying to be aggressive because of lack of food, right? So the lack of food is getting felt. It's apparent. People are feeling it. So actually important. Now, of course, the problem is, like, does Sawyer act in a bad fashion? Yes, 100%, 100%. However, nobody says anything. People are just like, oh, let him do it himself. It's a system where there's no law and order. Checking the phone is cold enough. It's not. So that's bad. This is a scene of John, and for some reason, this scene feels really green scene behind it. I don't know if the show is filmed on a beach or behind a green, but this really feels like that. Now there's a lack of food. Anybody fighting for food, and John, for the first time, says something. See, John has been standing back and relaxing and checking out. And for the first time he does a public announcement, and it's like, yo, there's boars. We can eat boars. The one that came to us yesterday means there's a mama boar. We have to hunt it. So like, okay, well, this is food. Now, the problem is there are 47. There are 47 people. So asking for 47 people or feeding 47 people is a shit ton of work. It's really hard. Yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be doing this one. I'll be doing some clips, and that's it for today. So we got more of Michael and Sun. Now, the Michael and Sun is kind of odd because Jin doesn't like Michael. So you think that Jin is jealous. So you think that Jin is racist. But then it makes some sense because Jin comes in and he's like, yo, this guy, he stole my watch. And I was like, it's my wife, and then steal my wife too. So that's pretty much it. And then at the same time, she kind of is doing something. For example, she doesn't say, hey, I'm in a relationship, you know? So this is kind of shitty. Now, Michael, who so far have been nothing but nice to Sun, could be like, yo, why are you talking? Because Sun, she can speak in English. So, like, why didn't you tell me that you could speak English? Which kind of sucks, right? So he asks her to take care of her son, of his son, which is kind of like a proof of respect. I appreciate that. But then again, it's a proof of respect, which is great, but it's not a good thing. Why? Because it's once again, it's the trope of there's not enough characters on the show to make it interesting, right? Next thing we have Claire, who comes to Jack and say, hey, I found this in the wreckage. And it's a picture of a wedding. And Jack is like, yo, that's really cool, but I'm not sure what I can do with that. She's like, oh, well, we should do a funeral. He's like, I don't have time for a funeral. I don't have the time for that. And then, since she sees that it's not a good idea, she's like, we could lead it. Now, I got a problem with the funeral because it doesn't feel. I don't know if it's Claire feeling she's useless, or there's a lot of people that says, "Hey, Said says a good thing too." It's like we can't bury them. We don't know their religion. We don't know where they are. Now, the cool thing is we've been there for 4 days, right? So people are trying to wear masks because the body odor is starting to smell, which is decomposition, which is a detail that we've not thought about. So now we got, once again, we got Charlie coming in, we got Shannon. So then, because there's no food, Boone makes fun of Shannon. He's like, hey, what you gonna do? There's nothing to survive. And then at the same time, Shannon has been a freeloader. She doesn't help. There's the same episode. They're like, yo, we take care of the clothes. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, I found my clothes. I don't care. Look at this. Dude, this morning is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I'm sorry, guys. This is supposed to be one of the best morning ever. And then she comes in and she's like, yo, I'm hungry. And it's like, Boone's like, you cannot even catch a fish. And she's like, yeah, I can catch a fish. So what is the thing that she does? She gets Charlie to catch a fish for her. Which, again, best freaking morning ever, guys. Wow. Which again show that Charlie kind of like a sucker, right? Because he's not doing the right things. Like, for example, people like Charlie want to help. See, this is why I don't like Charlie. I don't like Charlie because he feels like a bad character. First of all, whatever he does, he's following. He doesn't take charge. The first thing he does is he goes to a plane to help out, but he's looking for drugs. Second thing that he does for helping out is this. But he helps Shannon, who doesn't do shit, instead of helping a person that could do more. For example, he could tell Said, Kate, John, hey, you don't need to hunt. I'll take care of it. Just relax and do your stuff, right? They're sending Jack, who is one of the busiest person on the island, which doesn't make any sense. Now they're not sending him. Sorry, but you know what I mean, right? And then Claire gonna have her baby, gonna fall in love with Claire. Because he falls in love with Claire, he puts her safety in front of everybody else. Now, ultimately speaking, I understand that. Personally speaking, I get that. Personally speaking, Jin and Sun has been doing that. But however, Charlie, you're not in a relationship, bro. Get out of it, right? And this is sad because the very first person that he kind of flirts with, I think Claire is Shannon, you know? So kind of Shannon uses him and she's like, yo, can you teach me how to fish, right? And he's like, no, I cannot do it. Now, the sad thing with this, the really sad thing is that Charlie is not going to fish himself. He's going to ask Early to do it. So you're going to get all the benefits. Now, there's another episode in season 2 where they found a stash of food. And Claire, which is at this point kind of Charlie's girlfriend, she loves peanut butter. And then he asked Early, yo, get me some peanut butter. Because Early's in charge of the food, right? And then he's asking Early, like, yo, give me some peanut butter. And it's like, you're asking me to steal from everybody just for your girlfriend. Who's not your girlfriend? And it's like, I thought we were friends. No, you've been using me since day one. Charlie feels like a user, but then again, Charlie's a junkie. And junkies are a user. Charlie lies. Junkie lies. You understand? So if you think about Charlie as a character, she's a character. If you think about Charlie as an addict, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say not successfully. We have Jack taking care of a person. This person is super important because they met before the plane crash. They met in the plane, which was super, super important. So now on the hunting team, we have Jack. No, sorry. We got who? We got John. We got Michael. We got Kate. And who else? I don't know. I think we got Charlie. No, John. That's it. There's only 3 people. Now, what they don't approach in the thing, but that's also important, is a person like Said. Said is Muslim. Muslim people don't eat pig. Boar is pig. I like to see this about it, so I can't eat because of my religion. To me, that would have been cool. We get more of John's backstory, which I already told you guys. This is about his boss abusing him, which kind of sucks. Um, we got Early and Charlie who's fishing, which could be a very cool moment if it wasn't dirty by the fact that Charlie is using Early. Kind of sucks. We got more of John backstory. We find a boar. Now the boar comes in and strike at Michael, which hurts Michael. Now, however, they get the boar, so that's actually pretty cool. Um, it would have been nice if the boar was a solution, but it's not gonna be a solution, right? So yeah, we're back at the camp. Got Sawyer. Got more of Claire preparing the funeral. Actually, quite nice. We see Walt with it's so nice. We see the party returning. We see that Michael is hurt. Walt worries about his father, which is really nice. Now the sad part is Boone, and I actually really like Boone. I actually really like the character. So Boone realized that Shannon has been using Charlie, and he says, "Oh, you poor dude. I'm sorry, dude. She's been using you." Which is his sister. Other character would be like, "Yo, no, 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 that's my sister. Fuck you off." But it's like, no, no, she used you. You know. So I appreciate it. Shannon's a shitty character. See, there's shitty characters in the show, and I kind of like that too. Got more of Jack taking care of a person. Now, what is super cool is the girl who's down. Jack is helping. She's like, okay, well, I'm worried about my husband. And he's like, I'm sorry, your husband didn't make it. She's like, yeah, he made it. He survived. Now, sorry guys, no tower. Just filming a beautiful nature park. I got it about 5 minutes left, so we'll film that. Sorry guys, this is beautiful. Yeah. Guys, this is amazing. Can you guys pick up the sorta? We call it, I don't know how you guys call it. But it's like rays of sunlight through clouds. There's like a sunbeam, which is really nice. So then the girl, she's like, my husband survived. Like, there's no way that he survived. Your whole camp is fucked. And then she's like, yeah, no, he survived. And then the craziest thing is his husband, spoiler, did survive. Which is actually a really cool episode. And what is the coolest thing here? Wait a second, is that the one? That is so strong. Yeah, this is the one. So Jack, this is a very well written scene. So she tells him, I don't know her name, I'm sorry. She tells Jack the other survived. Now, Jack sees his father. Why is that an important scene? Because Jack is a doctor, and before he was telling the truth to his patient, like, yo, they're gonna make it. And his father's like, no, don't say that. Give them hope. Give them a chance to fight for something. So this just happened, which is beautiful. See, with John, this is a John episode. He's like, the world will provide for you. The Iron will provide. Jack needed a hope. The Iron provided a hope. Jack needed leadership. It provided leadership. Jack needed to be a good doctor. He provided a good doctor. All of this was his father. Got more of Kate and Saeed, which is actually really cool because they have their own thing going on, and it's for the betterment of the. It is for the betterment of the society, so I like that also. You got Kate and Jack, cute moments, but at the same time, it's not great. Locke is gone. Locke just left. Wait. Give me a sec. Locke leaving is a bit of a problem because Locke is one of the first person on the island. Now I've seen season two, so I know a bit more. Locke is one of the first on the island to discover it is very special. It is extremely special. But then he goes out so often, so we can figure out that okay, well he saw this and this and this, and this is why we believe that. But you're hiding that from us. You're not showing us. There is a beautiful movie. That movie was Child Play 1. So Child Play 1 was made in the 70s. They had this robot Chucky. The robot Chucky wasn't good enough. So what they did, they had a doll. They had a doll, and Andy Barkley, which is the character, would place a doll in his ears, and he was pretending that he heard something. Now it was a doll. Now later on, they did place a robot, but the robot only had a couple minutes to do, so it wasn't that big of a deal. That's what we're doing with Locke. They're pretending like, oh, he saw this and this and this, but he hasn't seen shit. We have the funeral, which is just kind of nice. However, I don't know. Because in the funeral, I would have liked to see, like, hey, we're gonna get saved, or not. It's just like goodbye for people that left. There's no, like, okay, what's next? And that's the end of the episode. So, pretty good episode, pretty good review. We went 20 minutes. See, some of this episode I'm gonna go for more, but episode I'm gonna go for less. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Now, what we're gonna do is clips. I'm gonna do clips. We're done, guys. We're done. Okay, perfect. Whoa. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. I don't have any voice. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. Look at the beautiful nature garden behind me. Isn't that nice? And now, look at nature garden in front of me. Nature garden in front of me. Look at this. Look at this big boy. That's a really nice belly. Look at this. Don't kill it, ink. But be. I'll show you. Nope, I can't show you. Anyway. Thanks for the lovely day. Love you guys. Peace. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. Hope to another BDS. We finished making videos for the sunrise. It is 7:30 a.m. So we've been filming for 2 hours. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna stay up a little bit. I'm gonna do some clips, and that's basically my day. So thanks for watching. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, I'm sorry, spider. I should have not touched you. Okay. Tired. You're tired. I'm fucking tired. I am so freaking tired. No, we're good. Did you get Luigi? Oh, nice shenanigans. California. 4 players minimum. 3 houses. That's a good game. How much time? Completion 210 hours. Whoa. And Pokemon Diamond Pearl. Wow, 269. Disgaea. There's no way. Star Ocean, The Last Hope. I don't know. The Starry Sky was a good game. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I like candies. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I don't like you. Ouch. Yeah.
shooting him in the balls. Outside, a huge horde of orcs approaches the cave, but the nomad for Talion and his spectral bow. After all the orcs are taken care of, I decided to do a very, very cool-looking confrontation with the Blood Hunter. Just look at how cool he looks with his red blood. What a badass. But because Maku's a keen hunter, he spots me right before I dive on down, and I don't get the stealth attack. That's true, he's got a very strong gang of lads. Speaking of that, there's one of them right now, just flying his way onto the screen. Thankfully, I'm able to block his finisher, which leads me to getting a massive chain of strikes on Maku the Blood Hunter. One more execution should do it. He's very weak. I go for the knee. I hit him again, but then a spear hits me. I actually end up getting down from that. One of his Blood Hunters goes in for the kill, but I'm so delayed and I miss it. Oh my god, I completely missed that. The last chances in this game are definitely more difficult than they are in Shadowborn. And thus, Booble is born, the Watcher. And he actually looks pretty goddamn badass, so I'm not that upset that he killed me. He may have beat me, but I'm able to make him slowly spin around like an idiot. So who's really got all the power here? After respawning, I saved some random slaves that I come across. And they actually give me a quest. This is not something I knew that was in the game, but I think it's very, very cool. Let's check out this quest. The slave wants me to go and save his friend, and there they are, right there. There's the mission. That is so cool. But before I do that, I've got the best character in the goddamn game that needs rescuing. I free Ratbag. He tells me that I need to go and help him kill the Caragor team. Just look at us. The two boys on the road again. On our lovely stroll, we get under. And Ratbag immediately betrays me. But don't worry, all is forgiven, Ratbag. I head into the fort to look for the captain. I end up executing the first orc that I see, and that kind of just leads me into a bit of a shit show, I'll be honest. I'm not supposed to raise the alarm, but yeah, I end up fighting just half of the fort here, and yeah, things just don't really go well. More and more orcs keep appearing. I'm cutting them down, but at one point one of them makes a break for the alarm. I try to catch up to him, but sadly Talion is very, very slow right now, and yeah, I failed the mission. I played the mission as it was intended by trying to be stealthy, but also it doesn't really go to plan here, as Talion leaps directly over the guy that I intended to execute. Eventually I'm able to get the archer. I jump on down because I know exactly where this guy is going to be, because yeah, like I said at the start of the video, this is not my first rodeo, but he's not here. I kind of thought he would be here. I thought the game would have that broken in, but I guess not. Yeah. The third time is the charm. I last time I did this, I got these gatekeeper orcs that are in a cutscene to unalive Talion to see what they would become. Let's do it again. Last time the guy became a shield master, and he was pretty goddamn cool. Let's see if we can do it again, lads. I just love that in this game you actually can get real orcs from the cutscenes that can just put up a shield and spear orcs, goes in for the kill, but for some reason the game thinks that this is my first time being in this situation, and just doesn't let him do it, so, well, this is awkward. Sorry, mate. But thankfully it doesn't take long for the other ones to weaken Talion down enough. He goes in for the kill, and obviously I let it happen this time. Alright, let's see what he's gonna become. Last time, who the hell is that? That is not him. He became like the ogre, he became like fucking Shrek. What? Oh, there we go, he's changed. What the hell was that? That's so funny. Okay, I guess the Watcher increased in power. And he became nothing. Yeah, nothing really happened. We are finally on the way to do that slave mission that I was told about. Obviously, we're gonna grab an intel orc along the way. He shows me this lad. Doesn't look too interesting. I'm sorry, lad, you have to die. The orc was not very interesting. On our way there, we come across your mother's blade just in the soil. What is she doing leaving that there? Of course, along the way, we come across more captains. We've got the Firebrander here. Level 10. Let's see just how tough he is. I do a little bit of sneaking up here, and then I actually decide, you know what? I can't be asked being sneaky. I'm just going to reveal myself to him right now to see what he says. Okay, yeah, what he said definitely made sense there. Yep, he's going to brand me. We'll see about that, man. Let's see how powerful your level 10 is. And of course, another captain comes running in to help.
You won't get away this time, my sweet. Even if you run, I'll pay you just back.
Giggles? You're not even giggling. I can't stress enough how much that annoys me. When an orc captain has a certain name, and they don't even live up to that name, I shoot the barrel behind the Firebrander and he just goes up in flames. We're thinking orc that's called the Firebrander would be immune to fire. Oh well. Giggles also goes up on fire, but he needs a longer, more painful punishment than that. I haven't heard a single giggle from the elf fight, and for that, you need to go.
Cristo, extrêmement-ci. Tapping into your TFSA to buy a car? Not a chance. Our Affordable Plus section offers vehicles at $15,000 or less. That way, everyone's happy, even your financial advisor. Shop direct with Automobile Direct.
With those two captains now taken care of, I head on over to do the slave mission. I'm sure nothing's going to get in the way. I go to execute this orc, and I actually find out he's actually a captain. He looks so bland. Finally, we have a captain that lives up to his name. Giggles can take some notes from the Smasher. All he talked about was smashing me. But I'm sorry, Mr. Smasher, you still need to die. I finish him off with some arrows directly into his skull. But right after his body clatters to the floor, I spot my nemesis, the Watcher. I hit him Italian signature flying knee. Just knocks him on his ass. I go in for a quick stab and I reduce him to half health. My nemesis? Is this really him? He doesn't seem like a worthy challenge. At this point I start getting swarmed by orcs. I decide to beat the nemesis system by letting him go. Maybe he'll come back stronger one day. I make a break for it and then I finally make it to the slave mission that I was told about so long ago. It appears to be just a simple rescue a slave mission Mr. President blocks him. This time I'm not letting this captain escape. I hit him with one of Talian's signature knees. I quickly threw this orc into him to stop him from running away. I use this distraction to get behind him, grab him, and chuck him off a very, very small ledge. But he didn't fly. I actually think they fly better in Shadow of Mordor than they do in Shadow of War. I then challenged myself to see how many orcs I can chuck off the edge before being hit. My record is 5. I tracked down Gollum again as he's hunting for some delicious little ratsies. He leaves me on a bit of a scavenger hunt to find Celebrimbor's crown. Is it a crown? I don't really know what this thing is called. I'm damn sure I'm not going to start googling it. That thing right there. Is it a crown? Is it a tiara? Anyway, a massive amount of ghouls pop out of the ground and proceed to try and rip me to shreds. Luckily, this life or death situation triggers Talian's fight or flight, and he remembers how to use his red flash ability. Definitely something that will come in handy when you're being attacked by 200 ghouls. With the ghouls now taken care of, I proceed to do one of the most satisfying games in Shadow of Mordor, which is to take these towers and unlock a big section of the map. After that mission, I decide to explore around Mordor a little bit. I save this slave. He then gives me a quest to save his brother. I find some intel about a captain on the North Body. I see another orc that's got intel. Get away from him. He's mine. Oh my god, did I shoot him? Get away from him. Oh, he was so hyped, he thought he won. He thought he beat the Caragor himself. You fool. I do another confrontation, this time towards the maniac. He looks like a complete psychopath. I quickly hide behind these sandbags, and he runs straight past me. I get the jump on him, like an idiot. I lay some arrows into his noggin, weakening him down a very hefty amount. Despite being on the verge of death, he still manages to threaten me. At this point, his berserker boys run in. They give him the old "Get down, Mr. President" treatment. They definitely do make it a lot more difficult for me to kill this guy. Constantly attacking me. I can't quite seem to get the finish of all these.
Cole Geiger.
I have no choice but to start taking them out. With their numbers thinned down, I'm finally able to finish off the maniac. Pretty badass looking strike. With the blood still warm, I look to make a swift exit. Alright, why not? I'll take on the assassin. Oh, okay, he's already got me. Okay. Wait, let's pause it here. This is my first time playing it on PlayStation. I usually play Shadow of Mordor on Xbox or on PC using an Xbox controller. What button do you think I press whenever I see X? You're goddamn right. As you might imagine, I'm not very happy about what just happened there, so I look to get immediate, sweet, and swift revenge. I struck immediately, creating a massive fireball from this huge barrel. The assassin hates burns, which I definitely knew. Definitely. But when I move in to strike a Caragor against their first, the Caragors are running around going crazy right now. I have to put one of them down. It was blocking the way between me and the assassin. When I left alone with the assassin, he's got absolutely no chance against Talion. An enraged Talion, stabbing him on the floor before finishing him off with an execution. The Caragor just watches as his body clatters to the floor. I then finish off the Caragor the only way I know how, by shooting it up its ass 3 times. Wait, no, that didn't kill
should make sure of your kill. I gotta make sure of you.
Oh my word. The assassin has come back to life. This is the first orc that comes back to life in this playthrough. And my god, does he look interesting. He looks more like a jester now with those cuts on his face. I clear a path to the assassin, but as I go in to deal the blow, he ends up hitting me at the exact same time that I hit him. And he downs me. But this time the quick time event is a triangle, so I get it. But he hits me immediately again and I fall. Another triangle, and I'm alright. I start to focus on the other orcs. The assassin is definitely getting better of me here. But when I go to hit him, I get hit in the back with a random spear. It's my other nemesis, the Watcher. But he ends up humiliating me, which he'll definitely live to regret. I plunge my sword deep into the assassin, and then when I finally think I have him, another orc shows up.
Thought you could finish me off by throwing it to my dude, mate. Not so easy. I'm back to finish you off.
This is the craziest nemesis system has ever been for me in Shadow of Mordor. Two orcs cheating death at the exact same time. I fire an arrow into the flesh render, and to my surprise, it one-shots him. Then there's nothing left for me to do but to finish off the assassin.
Fighting a fool war.
His final speech was a little bit lackluster due to him just being in a bush. But I'm surprised again to see that I can actually gain intel from him before I end his life. You know, might as well. The ghoul lover. God, he looks horrible. Everyone say goodbye to the jester-looking assassin. I don't think there's any coming back from this. After taking his hidden power rune, which increases the duration of last chance, I head off in search of more orcs. I come across the fort and I have a cheeky little gander inside. I can see some captains over there, and then I find an old familiar friend, my nemesis.
My lad won't believe you came back from the dead. Not until I show them your severed head again.
But this time I'm not letting him escape. I've come to the realization that I need to make my Talion stronger. I can't have another situation where 2 or 3 orcs are all coming back from the dead and ambushing me at once. I have to start the Uruk purge right here, right now, starting with the Watcher. Goodbye, mate. You know what's about to happen here. It's my favorite type of kill. Look at him, gracefully flying off the edge in slow-mo. Job done. I'm sure we'll be seeing the Watcher.
You need to work, bro. What are you doing?
As soon as I turn around, I find another captain just standing there. Crook Liflab. He's pretty basic, and thanks to him, I find out that my execution is insanely powerful now. He had more than half health, and I just executed him like that. I jump on down to come face to face with the grinder.
Nothing's gonna save you. Not even a scrap of you.
And I take him out almost immediately. Absolutely buzzing from this, I then decide to go and ruin it by doing a mission that I genuinely have never really liked or enjoyed at all. And that is the Graug Ghoul Cave mission. You can see
Don't blink this away. Welcome to a very early morning. Hope you're doing well. People are having a wonderful day. We just finished making the videos that we're having a little snack. Done. I'm gonna do some clips for an hour. Go to sleep. Wake up at like 3:30. I'm gonna back to the bank today. So yeah. Oh. You don't have enough storage. Okay.
I just about escape in time before coming face to face with this horrible creature.
Good riddance.
Last night I meet up with my ginger friend. He teaches me about poison herbs, which I then pick and poison the orcs from.
All of this stuff burns.
As you can see, this has a pretty horrible effect on the orcs. After finishing that mission, I smell some delicious orc cooking, so I decide to crash a feast.
Enjoy yourselves, lads. It's feasting time.
But I'll be honest, I'm feeling pretty goddamn good about Italian right now. These orcs are just set up to be completely destroyed. I shoot that barrel, and already this guy is ready to run away. He is ready to be thrown off a small ledge and sprain his ankle really hard. He tries to run, but he's not gonna get away that easily. He runs straight into another explosive barrel, which lights him up. I then drag him over to the small ledge that I was talking about earlier, and there we go. He's airborne, he's flying, he's soaring. Nothing's gonna stop him now, except for the cruel, cruel reality of gravity. And then decide to go and check up on my best pal, my best buddy, Ratbag.
You call this a duel? No. I call this losing a duel, you clown.
Ratbag's in trouble, and I'm not gonna rest until I put down his bullies. Again, the game wants me to go around and stealth kill all the archers. And I'm not gonna do that. A direct approach is much more my style. I thrive in the chaos. But of course, he's immune to stealth and arrows.
And I can show everyone here no nigga.
You've made a huge mistake here, rogue. Nobody lays hands on Ratbag and gets away with it. Getting him on the floor took away half of his health. This fight is over. Use my helmet light to clear away the rest of the orcs, and then I go in for the interrogation. It reveals the other, bigger twin. Then all that's left is to crush the mind of Grog.
That's what I call teamwork, before I choose.
I free Ratbag, my best friend, and he uses this victory to claim success and climb the orc ranks. After the fight, I quickly did a little bit of leisurely slave freeing before I go on to face the roided out other twin. Why did Ratbag think that telling the other twin that he killed the original twin was a good idea? His brother. Ah, Ratbag, you and your shenanigans. It's funny that my Italian has been killing orcs constantly this playthrough by throwing them off tiny, tiny ledges, but he somehow thinks that Ratbag will survive this massive fall. I stealthily take out the first orc. I have a look. I have to get rid of 2 berserkers for the roided out twin to show up. Easy pickings when there's an explosive barrel nearby. I shoot the other one just for good measure. And there he is, making his marble supervillain entrance. Mr. Shieldmaster, enough talking. You should have fallen to your death, but I guess this will do. One down, free to go. I grab this random intel orc, inspect his mind, and it reveals another war chief, the brother. This is such a cool orc. As soon as I come out of that orc's mind, the scholar is there waiting for me, and he definitely regrets not running off sooner. Immediately after, I find another intel orc, and again it gets interrupted, this time by the halfling lover.
So to me, it's still case.
Who also lives to regret taking on Tally. I then go on an absolute tear through the war chiefs, starting with the Skullcracker. I take out his bodyguard first, to my surprise, just with one stealth attack. That's all it took. Goodbye, cool lover. You were truly horrifying. All it takes is 2 executions into the Skullcracker, and he is good to lay to rest.
This is worse than that. All men will die when they settle on the shadow.
Another war chief down, and I think it's about time Tally did a bit of recreation. And that is, of course, Tally attending an execution.
Naughty little boots. Time for punishment.
I dive on in there, and this fight actually leads to one of the funniest results I've ever seen. I weaken him down, I go to throw him off the edge, because of course I do. But before I do that, he takes a spear directly into the back of his head, and just look at him fly so gracefully. That is brutal. Tally thought that was so much fun, he needs a little bit more recreation before he goes after the remaining war chiefs. So we decide to go after one of these orcs that actually killed me when I played through the game in my last part, the Flesh Burner. He actually one-shot me in my previous Shadow of Mordor playthrough, but this time it was going to be different. I'm stronger now, Flesh Burner. Alright, that's enough fun for Tally. Let's get back to the war chiefs. Oh, I thought he was going to speak. He's supposed to speak to the skull on his shoulder. That's his brother. Oh, I'm disappointed. I quickly take out his first bodyguard, the surgeon. I then give the brother a little poke. To my surprise, he goes down pretty easily. Yes, he's finally talking to the skull like it's his brother. I go for the quick time event, but it's X again, which obviously I mess up, and of course he retreats. I try to clear away the orcs because a small army has appeared, but he does end up getting quite a bit of distance on me. More captains arrive, one of them actually ends up downing me. He does get away. I escape the area, and on my way out I come across just a random captain hanging out beside a small cliff. I think you know where this is going. After that, Tallinn picks some flowers, and then he goes back to finish off the other bodyguard. Alright, let's try and hunt down the brothers again. I track him down to a fortress again, and he seems to have replenished his captains. I ignore the blood to aerial stealth kill the final supporter to lure out the brothers. But rather than walking in like a badass, he sort of just does a little jerk. Another captain shows up, and I honestly love his sort of Isengard Uruk style helmet. And of course, this guy retreats again. I'm not letting you escape this time, lad. But there is a huge army coming my way here. I try to disperse some of them, and he does get a bit of a jog on. He climbs up there. I try to shoot him, but he's invulnerable to range. I run around here, and then he just sort of drops down in front of me. Thankfully, seeing their war chief beheaded causes all of the orcs to flee in fear. Also, something that I didn't think would happen was that captains actually flee as well, just from seeing their war chief getting beheaded. I mean, I say that, but I suppose that is quite a horrible thing to witness that would probably make you kind of scared. And I'm not going to let this Isengard helmet-wearing Uruk escape me. He might tell the final war chief that I'm coming for him. I can't let that happen. I put him down as one of my favorite executions where I kind of make them to sort of fall onto my blade. Very badass. I guess all the noise draws over another captain called the Thunderer. Apparently he's been hunting me all across Mordor, but he really isn't prepared. I even finish him off with just throwing knives to add insult to injury. And you guessed it, another captain shows up. This time the blood dude that I avoided earlier. It doesn't go well for me. It is now time to do one of my favorite missions in all of Shadow of Mordor. I follow Higgin, Talion's old friend from the Black Gate days. We track down his cart of plastic powder. Clear out the surrounding woods. Urgen's bold, tauntless men arrive to push the cart. His sketchy lads start to push the cart all the way to the Black Gate while I secure the area.
Everyone, to the monument!
I can literally see my friend on a map. You're not a babe. Your friend has a GPS.
Around here, it's from patio to patio.
Oh, I love this chair.
This rider experience when we had so nice. We want to see some more dancing. So outrageous. We need a safe word. Is he serious? No. Buy your tickets now.
Nouveau Nivermen Black and White. Défends tes couleurs avec 72 heures de protection contre la transpiration et les odeurs. La formule anti-tache de Nivermen protège les vêtements des taches jaunes et blanches. Nouveau Nivermen Black and White. 72 heures de protection contre la transpiration et les odeurs. Défends tes couleurs. Nivea pour la peau.
One final push to the monument. We're knocking it down. I defend the cart from the onslaught of rushing grunts, and then the orcs start using their brain and shooting fire arrows at the cart. I quickly take out the archers, and then Talion manhandles the cart all the way to the foot of the monument. Sauron's monument crashes to the floor, and we have officially committed vandalism. Talion says goodbye to his old Black Gate friend, and then I come across another confrontation. It's time to test out just how strong we're getting. He does look pretty scary, and he's got his gang of red-painted orcs with him. He throws me off and the fight begins. And I'll be honest, there's not really much that I can do to this onslaught of shield bearers. A random captain also sort of just runs into frame and then pretends like I was the one that was looking for him.
Seems that homesick folks has tagged me just in time to come back into the crowd.
This guy's got serious main character syndrome. I continue to get bullied by the two captains and the army of grunts until I'm finally able to land a pretty hard blow on the Guardian, weakening him down. I'm very weak at this point, so I end up trying to lure everyone over to the cliff edge. This grunt does get the jump on me, but thankfully no X-buttons come up in the last stand. The captain then pursues me looking for an easy kill, and he falls right into my trap. They all perished in battle, my lord. War Chief Ratbag.
Fortunately, you want us to alive.
It's fucking cute. I see first year.
Bring me the end of this grave walker. Where's your bravery? Only bled your wife and cousin your son. Kill him.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Oh God. Jesus, Hammer, calm down, lad. Calm down, lad. I start riddling in with execution strikes. All I have to do is dodge around his attacks, hit the grunts, build up a bit of a hit strike, and then hit the hammer with my execution. This is such a badass execution here. Look at this. Sword in his body, goes for the spin around, grabs it, pulls it out of him. He then gets finished off with one of Talian's deadly knees.
How does vengeance taste, Talion? Is not the darkness sweet?
Damn.
My goodness, that was cold. Putting away his sword, pulling out his son's blade. My God.
I can trace there as much can I. Sweet, you can tell him fighting
Do you speak of the living? My name is Lothario, from the Sea of Nine. I'm going to say
Lothario from the Sea of Nine. You should have stayed where you were. There's nothing here. Death.
Lady Marlin, Queen of the Shore, wishes me greetings. She has seen visions of your misfortune.
Queen sees visions.
Visions of the return of the great Celebrimbor. Much is all I know. Those scattered provisions. Return to Merlin is involved in treacheries. My camp is close by. My origins.
I've just arrived in a new area in Shadowmoor, and instead of creating a story with the orcs that are already here, I'm going to create my own horde of captains. I'm curious what kind of Nemesis system story is going to be created when I just keep letting random grunts unalive Talion. What kind of awesome and rare captains are we going to see? And which ones are going to be strong and brave enough to rise up and become a war chief? First orc I come across is unfortunately for him an intel orc. So instead of making him a lovely new captain, I peer into his mind and I force him to tell me information about one of the war chiefs in his lab. He shows me the relentless and yeah, he does look scary. Just look at his red eyes. Ooh. Before I can start making new orcs in this region, the game forces me to do the story quest. I run into this kid, we grab Celebrimbor's hammer, which triggers another flashback into his past. And I gotta say, Sauron is looking pretty badass there. And as we turn around to leave, a massive pool shuts the gate and traps us in the room with him. I headed with the fire because I don't know if most people know this, but most schools are deeply, deeply allergic to fire. He recovers, so I hit him with another fire blitz, lighting it up like the Corpo pool. then saved by a get on, Mr. President Cooler. This only lasts so long as I fire arrow after arrow into his noggin. I have a little bit of a tussle with the lesser ghouls, but eventually I'm able to get the execution of the ghoul mother. That's actually not what she's called, but that's what I'm going to call her anyway. The master ghoul dispatched to have to run through the caves trying to escape a huge horde. That's not on my table.
It's one for one.
When I make it to the entrance, I get surrounded, but I actually end up being saved by a mysterious stranger using some flaming barrels.
No, I like that guy.
I awaken to find out I've been saved by a badass smoking orc. But that doesn't matter, I've got a mission to get to. The first orc that's destined to become a captain actually finds us. This blue guy right here, he looks like he's perfect. Let's see what he says. Is he gonna have personality off the bat? Yeah, I would say that's personality. Oh my goodness, of course. Of course, the first orc that I make a captain sounds like the maniac below. Oh my goodness. And of course, his name is Zog. Ooh, Zog the Brawler. I like his hat, I like his armor, and I like the way he shatters his teeth. Good start. Before we make the next captain, I decided to do a little bit of traveling. Look at the people this place is. My goodness. Shadow of War on the PS5 is very, very good. I run into a massive group of orcs and I'm like, whichever one gets the kill gets the promotion. Let's go, lads. I'm not gonna move. And there we go. It's been chosen. And orc has intel as well. I always get the name of the
Thanks for that.
Right, Luke, Dash, what have you got there? What have you got, lad? Show us. Show us. He's dealing the captain. Jason went to go towards it. Boring. Oh, okay, he did get a bonus weapon. I like the bonus weapon, but the rest is kind of mid. Yeah, it didn't do too much. The next orc I sit falling off the tower. I find this guy. I take a closer look, and I end up deciding, nah, I don't know how to look at this. So I fall onto the floor and I walk off. But then as I walk off, I see that the slaves are kind of congregated around him, and one of them actually throws a punch and they start beating us up on the ground. I had no idea that the human slaves would do this. My goodness. So then I thought, this orc has been through so much, he's been beaten bloody by slaves. I think I owe it to him to make him a captain. Alright, Borgie. Oh, Bone Stopper. He looks like an absolute unit. And of course, the Brawler levels up, as does the Beat Grinder. I think they're going to level up every single time I make a new captain. Let's have a closer look here. Oh, he looks like an absolute beast. My God, he's actually terrifying looking. The chest piece looks like it's from Alien. What a badass. We're getting the next captain. I unlock my first tower. Feeling part of the region. That's probably the most satisfying thing in this game, I would say. It's so satisfying to hit that apple and just unlock the entire region. Find the next potential captain by just jumping off the tower and walking into the first group I see. This one looks like Shrek, but really be good. Oh, thank goodness I caught this in time. Big Shotgun's about to kiss you. And that's of course, you subscribe right now and give the video a little thumbs up. Not drama over, let's see Frog Blood, wow! Love a Frog Blood, of course. Blue Stopper speaks it away, get stronger. Zog goes for the promotion, he hits the ambush, and he gets the kill. Zog, oh my God, up to power 16. Take a look at the Frog Blood, he's not even green. I mean, he's got green skin, but no green pants. Honestly, I don't really know if you can really be a Frog Blood without having green pants. Alright. I need a palate cleanser here. As they work down to me, a random captain appears with a glowing green hammer. Who is this mysterious captain? weird thing to say, but there'll be more instances where this is true later on. Alright, next up we're gonna make dreams come true. I think it should be a shield bearable. This guy will do. Alright, come aboard. Interesting name. Already seen that one. Let's go, he's gonna take his place. Oh no, it's shielding the bone stopper. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense then. Oh wow. Bone stopper released. And it looks like that has earned the bone stopper a promotion up to the next level. Wow. Bone stopper going places. Since that last captain didn't quite make the cut, we gotta stop messing around. We're going with the berserker next. Orcs are like to step up and shake the world. Let's go, Horde! Oh my god, he was killed by a shadow. I didn't know that could happen. Oh my god, he's dead. He's gone. What the bloody hell was that? I didn't know shadows could do that. I didn't know they could just reject the orcs and even becoming a captain. What? That means we need a really strong orc to become a captain. Otherwise, the shadows just aren't going to let him in. In survival of the fittest here, I go into the biggest party horse I can find. And Brugge emerges. Oh, he's done it! I think I'll put the same shadow as well. Glad. Brugge glad.
Mm-mm.
Chez Automobile en direct, on a 1500 nouveaux arrivages par mois. Ça, c'est 375 nouveaux véhicules par semaine, 54 nouveaux véhicules par jour, c'est même 2,25 nouveaux véhicules par heure. Automobile en direct. Dans l'auto, on le direct.
Mm.
My god, let me get a look at this guy. Okay, this orc is the juggernaut. He looks so mean. The red hair, the dual-wielding axes. Yes, more of that. Before we make another captain, I recruit a powerful. So I can go on one. If not done, I then go and look for the biggest gang of orcs that I can find. This technique seems to work pretty well usually. Could this be our first shield bearer that actually makes it through? No. The answer is no. Let's see if a spear thrower can fare any better. Again, no. No. But how about a really big, fat orange one? Okay, I guess not. I guess, but a shield guy, okay, no, maybe not. An archer? No. Okay. What about Gluck? Gluck? No. Yakut? This guy? No. Alright, let's take a break from this. I need a crazy orc break. Let's talk to my first captain. After the brawler leaves me alone, and then meet a horrible, horrible orc. Check the army view when this happens, and the cruel pops in. Alright, he's not one of mine, he's basically just XP. That's what I think until he one-shots me and then hits me with no chance. And when he kills me, he changes the army view forever. First he takes a sneaky promotion for himself. So the brawler of my captain promotes himself. The King Crowd also promotes himself. The meat grinder then finally moves and he gets taken out by a shadow captain. No promotion for you. And after all of that beatless killing, he just dies to a shadow of his immediate defense. Well, I guess we can recruit now, so let's get to it. Okay, he's done it. Oh, we've not seen this for a while. What's he going to become? The Taskmaster? Boring. We need another. I first start by throwing this truck through the fire. I think it's going to make him stronger. And then tackle him to try and put him out. That's my experiment worked. Will he become a no. Nothing really changed. Nothing changed. Another! Dog gets the final.
There you go.
Hits
Done.
on the sleeve. Look at him with his cleaver and his bit of meat on a stick. Oh, he's amazing. Oh, I wouldn't get too attached as I immediately advanced time. And now, to put it bluntly, he dies. So you guessed it, the bone stopper. Next captain kills me beside 3 slaves on this lovely little grassy hill. Surely he'll be a character. Yes, definitely a character. The warrior. Again, didn't really change how he looks. I played my first hour before getting right back to it. Let's go, Pushcraft. What have you got for me? The rat. His eyes went all weird. That's basically all that changed. Alright, another plain one. We need to up the ante here. Come on, lads. You're really interesting.
Okay, that's good. No.
Sorry, Bloodhound. You are bad.
I'm ready to sleep.
good hits on him here, but as you can see, there are just so many fronts. I'm also terrified that Kroon's going to get me doing even no chance. I begin to get overwhelmed. I chuck this man off the bridge, and I'm trying to roll away. I'm doing it to help that. But as you can see, it does not go well. The Kroon hits me in the back with one of his deadly no chance arrows, and he finishes me off again. He is my nemesis. Because I fell in battle, every single orc that was there ends up getting a power increase, which Michael has a lot of power increases.
Ooh, nice.
Even the bloody
No, you sorry, bro.
level increase.
Okay.
It's clear if I'm going to take out that war chief,
Nice.
I need to increase my own power. And also
Nice. Super nice.
I come across the rat. It's a little bit boring. I did create him, but right now he just looks like walking on speed. After that chat, it doesn't take me long to weaken his line, hitting him with a massive execution. I take out some of the grunts, prevent them from starting the alarm. And then hit the rat with another nasty execution, and of course he tries to retreat.
Un café, s'il vous plaît? Écoute, je ne voulais particulièrement me parier à quelque chose.
Just two skinny kids.
Did you see that?
We followed Noah to see if he was cheating on Carmen.
You're gonna ruin Carmen's chances with it.
I've got Dumbledore. I got about 6 of him. Let's go. Oh, you can't expect him to run around all day, can you?
Yeah, that's pretty standard, I'll be honest. Go on, Kroon. What are you gonna say to me now? Oh, I was tuning in. Good. Two bit more before you do the show. That's fine.
I'm just trying to show people on the internet my boobies.
I suggest that we should all just make crack together.
Yeah, yeah.
Eiffel Tower?
I think this is a really good idea. I don't know how we got here, but I think this is a really good idea. You're so smart, Iris. Thank you for showing me the way.
Stop! You're gonna pass him. Pull over.
Wait until I stop the car.
What are you doing here? I'm going to that stupid valet thing in Gresham. Duh. Why didn't you just get a ride with me? Because Sam, my asshole dad, said he would drive me. Totally lied. Who's that? My dad, weirdo. Get in. Hi, Dad. Hope I get a ride with you? No, I'm just goes forward. That tune snatched. Who is it?
My bad. No.
Sweet. So, are you like the lead singer or something?
Yeah.
I go to the Soul Garage sometimes. You ever play there?
No. They don't play there. They're like old.
And you've known because you've been there like whatever. Hey, what happened to your face? Looks like you got hit or something. Thank God. Quit staring at you, stalker. Hey, is there a bathroom nearby?
Maybe closer to Gresham.
Okay, great. Can we pull over, like, now? Please?
There's nothing here.
Okay, but I'm actually, like, being a little bit, like, right this second.
Why are you being so disgusting?
I totally am, like, right on the seat.
Hey, Dad, can you please pull over?
Yeah. Kayla, come on, let's get going. Kayla! Kayla! Kayla!
Nouveau Nivea Men Black and White avec 72 heures de protection contre la transpiration et les odeurs. Et c'est la formule anti-tache de Nivea Men pour protéger les vêtements des taches jaunes et blanches. Nouveau Nivea Men Black and White. Défend tes couleurs. Nivea pour la peau.
It's making me look. It feels like it's been a while. Lots of interesting things. I'm sure he's gonna be cool. Oh, let's see. The smaller, he would get it there. Another. We need another.
Stop! You're gonna pass!
Just can't help myself. I'm at
My hands are like,
Est-ce que vous pouvez avec quelle opposition là-dedans? Okay, I admit that when I first saw this clip, my initial reaction was to criticize him and to think, oh, what a rude man. Then I got to thinking a little bit and I remembered
I swear to God, it's actually the best thing I've ever heard.
Let's fly over here on my counter. Look at him. Come and get us. Alright, what's up, you dirty bags, bro? We're finally back. Marlon.
Excuse me, my dear brother, may we ask you if you have a stance on Palestine? A stance on Palestine? You don't know what that is?
Yeah, we don't know what that is.
You don't know what that is? Can you give us the middle finger again?
Yeah, right here.
Nice, thank you. I need that hang right here.
I'm not one of you.
You have hair under your armpits?
I made a mistake. I fucked your mom at age 6 like you came out. I fucked her, yes, I'm sorry. I had to like wash her.
Everything's going to be okay. Probably. I don't know.
How? How was everything?
Wow.
Go.
Sources is one of the only things he takes damage from, so I kind of lure him over here. Wait, pause for a second. Can we just look at the detail of the shaman? Look at the amount of like little tattoos on his chest. Again, I really think that there are more details in Shaman's Mordor, and I'm only just coming to this realization. Before the bodyguards have time to react, I run over him and land the ground execution. Of course, he's retreating. I jump over him, I give him a stun, and then move back so that I can shoot the explosive barrel and try and cause a bit of chaos to the remaining bodyguards. With them now distracted, I run to chase after the war chief. Finally, time to end this. You are not coming back to haunt me, man. I've already got the crew for that. I send his head flying into the stratosphere. His hood actually flies off the second I cut it off. The relentless falls, and to my amazement, the Cruel takes his place. Of course it's the Cruel. He is just cementing himself. There he is. Look at him running off like a coward. I chase after him as hard as I can, but he ends up just disappearing. With that over, I check out the fortress, and I end up finding the bloody Evil Eye. Right, he needs to die. He has been gatekeeping. He has been gatekeeping the garrison for too long.
Tired. You go to bed?
So it's true, he does have an evil eye, an evil red eye. But apart from that, I think he's pretty smart. He is definitely gatekeeping.
You go to bed.
Goodbye, evil eye.
Mm.
Oh, he's gonna bring it back. He's gonna have his head.
So tired.
Oh, that was actually kind of brutal. Evil eye now gone. I think he finds some drugs. Hiring new captain. Good was the job. Alright, what's he gonna become? Something good. Oh! The destroyer. The warrior takes this chance to promote himself, and then the destroyer also promotes himself.
Good night, guys.
Let's get right back to it. Let's get to the captain. Destroyer